Ready when you are.
Hey guys, I may have go away heat, but these guys have true heel heat. So you better listen to the podcast or else I'm gonna kick you in your fucking cock and balls.
I'll get it.
Hey everybody, it's Tony Schiavone of All Elite Wrestling, and this is True Hill Heat, and I said it right, you motherfuckers.
What's going on, everybody? This is your former AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Once a champion, always a champion. Swerve Strickland. Whose house? Swerve's house. You're watching True Heel Heat podcast.
Hello. It is me, your True Heel Phenom SP3, and we are live on the True Heel Heat Sports and Entertainment YouTube channel, as well as True Heel Heat Facebook for our Power Book 4 Force Season 3, Episode 10, the beginning of the end, the series finale of Power Book 4 Force. We are here to break it all down, what went down on the final episode of Tommy Egan's journey in Chicago, or so we thought. He's still alive, so his job is not done, his story's not done in Chicago at all, but hey, we're here to discuss it all. As we always do, we are back early for you guys this week at a special time. And of course, to do all of that, I am joined by my esteemed colleague. She is the princess of all the true heels. She was missed on the flagship this past Saturday, but she knows she's here to be the power princess she is. Miss Krssi Love, how are you doing?
What's happening, peeps? Yeah, let's get into this episode because it's a lot to break down. How did you feel about it? What word do you use to describe this episode?
Oh, you just hit me with that right off the bat.
Yep.
Episode 0. That is my word. This it was you because not everybody's gonna be like in tune and in tapped with what's going on like news wise with Power, but this is basically what I expected because there was several interviews from Gary Lennon and Joseph Sikora, who plays Tommy, and they said that episode 9 is really the finale and episode 10 is basically to set up Legacy. So I knew this going in, and I took that as at face value. I just thought that you could have done some other things to wrap up some things. I know you wanted to have lingering things to go off, but the lingering things that they wanted to kind of like follow up on and Legacy, they could have done it in different ways. So episode 0 is more where I'm at. But what's your one word to describe the final episode of Force?
Underwhelmed. Very underwhelmed. Like putting certain people together, now they're gonna work together. The two Jenard brothers, like really, the Jenard brothers. No one can really believe.
Hey! Don't talk about my man Jenard like that. Jenard might be my MVP for the season because he made it out alive. None of us thought he was gonna make it out alive. Right. He might be the MVP for the season because Chris Lofton was honestly the best actor on the overall. I think overall throughout Force, because I thought his performance as original Junkie Jenard in season 2 was great.
Yeah.
And that whole breakdown, when his father dies and him and Diamond reunite and all of that, and then still being the sneaky bastard that he always is. And then his performance this season was just off the charts. He was the best actor. And Joseph Sikora is an amazing actor, and he's amazing as Tommy. Tommy Egan is one of my favorite characters ever in a TV show, honestly. But Jenard was the better. He had the better performance for this season. That he
got to be one of the top villains of this whole origin.
Yeah, he etched his name among the all-time great power villains, like Lobos, like Dre, like Tariq. Like he was up there as far as like power villains, and then the performance of Chris Lofton was off the charts. But the fact that he ends the series and he's still alive, he might be the MVP of the whole entire season 3.
And have no crew, and still functioning and still moving. Like
no brother, no crew,
no crew, no nothing. Everyone just left. Then you have dummy Victor that was out free. You were free.
LVP for the season.
Yep.
LVP for the season. Like you dumbass.
You were home. Like you could have like. I don't know. It's like when I seen him walk through, and I'm like, this got to be the dumbest, like the dumbest, smartest crew to get together in the whole freaking series.
It is who we started this whole story. This is the first people that Tommy really interacted with in Chicago.
Yep. Those two, and they're the last two that's trying to get rid of him. Okay, make sense. But as we break it down, like it gets closer into the part where I'm like, this don't make no sense. Like, why are we doing this right here? So,
yeah, I can understand the underwhelm, and it is something that a lot of people within the Power universe, the fandom, have been talking about. So we're going to talk about this episode. We're going to break it all down as we usually do, and we're going to talk about the fallout and how it does set up Legacy on this review here. But we appreciate y'all if you're joining us live. We appreciate y'all if you're watching us on demand. Remember to show your appreciation back the simplest way possible. You could drop a thumbs up on the video. That helps us out so much. You can share this video with all of your Power Universe family, friends, and fans on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to True Hill Heat Sports and Entertainment, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here, because like they always said, power never ends, and neither do our reviews. So we're going to be back later on in this year. We got Raising Kanan, the final season 5 of that. We'll be here to review that. And Power Legacy was set up with this final episode. We'll be here to review that as well.
Origin or is it Legacy? Which one is it going to be called?
Legacy is the one with Tommy and Tariq. Origins is the story of Ghost and Tommy.
Okay, so I need to change my headline then. Okay, fine. Can't keep up. Too much shit happening.
Like too many names, too confusing. Like what are we trying to do here?
Figure it out, people. Let's what are we doing? So.
But yes, also if you're with us live, sound off in the live chat. We love to interact with all of you guys. You guys were great on the last review, interacting with us and giving your thoughts on episode 9, the real season finale of season 3. I really think because what I was trying to tell y'all in our Power chat that we have, this, and it was confirmed with the interviews afterwards, that this was not supposed to be the final season. Like they didn't find out until episode 4 that they had to end everything off. Like,
but why don't they keep doing this to these people? Like these are people's livelihoods. This is not you did to Tariq and them. Now you're doing to what are we doing?
To be fair, Gary Lennon and his crew, they did a whole lot better than Ghost. Ghost, you could tell from like episode 5 on that everything was just put together, chopped up into pieces. There was so many logic holes, so many leftover storylines that they didn't wrap up. We don't even know if Salim's body has been found in that house.
Oh, you mean Tariq? Yeah, that one is just like that one was like a big whole like unfinished like yawn just to keep rolling down the damn street. Like it's just stringing us along.
Like that one, they just terribly did not know how to improvise after they were told that was going to be the final season. At least with this one, episode 4, you do see, like, go in retrospect, you do see the change and how they wrapped up certain things, like getting the whole Tommy and Miguel to be on the same side.
Mhm.
But that was handled beautifully to the
Mhm.
point that when Tommy and Miguel have a moment in this episode, it
Yeah.
actually touches you because
Mhm.
you've seen the journey between them. The whole wrap up of the Claudia storyline was masterful and one of the
Mhm.
best episodes of the season.
Yep.
So you see like the signs that this was wrapped up early. But imagine how much better this would have been if episode 9 was the finale and we still had a season 5 or season 4.
Mhm.
I think
Yep.
that if episode 9 is the finale and we're going into season 4 with Diamond dead and it sets up this big war between Tommy and Jenard for all of season 4,
Mhm.
I think that we would be saying that this 4th season, no complaints. We would have no complaints about the finale. We would just be like, man, I can't wait for the final season.
Right. But yeah, they just like, no, we're gonna just like finish it all here. And it didn't even seem rushed, like it seemed like put together very well. And then you had this last episode. You were doing great the whole season. Then you had just one episode. Episode 9 is the finale. Well, then you should have just ended it there then.
No, they had to wrap up some things. Like the Ortega storyline got wrapped up in this episode. We got
that was a good little like that was a good part in this episode. I can think that, yes.
Yeah. They had the whole Sing and the feds part of it. That was a good part of this episode as well. I don't think maybe they don't even like kill JP in this season if they are not wrapping up the whole series. So yeah, I think that there was good stuff in this episode, but I can understand if you were a little underwhelmed. But like I said, I view it more as episode 0 more than an actual like finale wrapping things up, because things are not wrapped up. This is not really the end.
This is not This is to be continued. That's what it is. It's another movie. It was another series, and you're gonna just go into it. You're gonna just shift it over to another series. That's what it is.
Yeah. We got in the chat with us already. Power Driver Finisher, good to see you. He says this is a big rich town. I did pop at that ending. I was like, yeah, let's go. I get to hear this song again. I thought it was over. I thought I was never gonna hear this song again.
It is cool. I love that they played at the ending, but the way, when we start talking, I'll give I don't want to keep jumping off of different portions of like what the episode was doing, but once we start breaking it down, I'll give you my why do we have to go there? We could have went some totally different places, but we went here.
I will say what I thought they could have done or what they should have done to set things up better for Legacy. I will say that when we get to those parts. We got our main man, Graps Knowledge. Good to see you in the chat, good brother. He says, stop hating. When it comes to the Power Universe, I'm like a member of the WWE Universe. I don't question anything. I just sit and mindlessly enjoy what I'm presented. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, but come on. Knowledge, come on. We gotta kind of there's no hate, I promise you. It's just more so what are we doing? We could have done so much more in the writing room. Just like how WWE is. It's the same damn thing. They could be doing so much more, but they don't do it. They don't give a shit.
It's more of like a family member. We're like family members of Power. We're like, you can do better than that, man. You got a C on this grade. You could get a B. You could get a B plus. You're better than this.
We're not giving A's right away, but at least a B plus, mid C ish. You really gave it any thought. I'm just giving them the bare minimum.
So we are going to start this episode. We'll go to the first scene as we see the funeral of JP, and we get a great performance by Kate Egan. The actress did an amazing job here, where she gives the emotional eulogy, and you see JP's father is there, and he's crying. It was really
That was
good.
the
We
most,
know.
like, nice little touch. Yeah.
Yeah, Kate talks about how she wishes she had more time with her son, and it seems like maybe something can happen. At this point, I'm thinking maybe something's gonna happen to Kate, because I was like, this is like so much growth we've seen from Kate in these last couple of episodes, where
Yeah.
she's really kind of like reflective on her life and
Trying to
leaving
figure
her
out how to
son
do better.
behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
She wants to do
Yes.
better, but she's her own worst enemy. That's just what it is. Like she's trying to do the best that she can.
Yeah.
She's
We
giving
see
effort.
Tommy's getting emotional. We see Mireya's holding her stomach and getting emotional, thinking about losing a child. We got Genesis tries to hold D-Mac's hand, but D-Mac kind of pulls away. So you can see D-Mac, further, just not feeling it, pretty much just pushing her away. And he would do that furthermore throughout this episode. He's on a completely different mind state and wanting revenge. And yeah, so we see all these people getting emotional. We hear Kate's speech. We see outside of the church is your boys Jenard and the rest, Junkie Jenard and CBI. They end up pulling up at the funeral, just like we knew that he was through the trailers. And he's thinking that he's going to get the drop on Tommy and that it's going to be an easy kill. But hell nah, that is not what's going to happen. As we see the church doors opening, we got a whole police force is here at the church. Because Tommy made a call to Miguel to basically get his boys in blue to help out with security. They all came out mad deep. Jenard was pissed off. He has to plot and plan another way to get to Tommy. Tommy always understood what Jenard was on. He saw Jenard out there watching, and he understands that Jenard is not going to stop until he gets him. So he has to be plotting and planning on a way to get him off the board. Then we see him and Mireya. Mireya says she's going to ride with D-Mac and Kate. And Miguel lets him know that Che wants to meet up with them. But he says that, you just lost your brother. So he'll let El Che know. He'll go to the meeting. You will bury your brother. And that was one of the first touching moments between Miguel and Tommy throughout this episode, which we would get a few, as they have like... It's amazing that we started off this season with them at war, but like going back in retrospect, you can see like the point where this respect for Tommy started with Miguel. I think it started in episode 1 with how hard Tommy was willing to go through Miguel's whole entire gang to get through Mireya. I think right there was the start of him having respect for Tommy, because he saw how much Tommy cared about his sister, that he cared about his sister almost as much as Miguel does.
Yeah, definitely one of the moments that you see, like, oh, they can be really like brothers, and they can really like work together. They have a common goal. And I think the glue was definitely Mireya, for sure.
Yeah. So it tells him he'll let him know what happens with the meeting with El Che, and we're really starting to see like the human side of Miguel at this point. We get Tommy. He's walking outside of the church and he's heading to his car, and we see a guy trying to basically take him down. He tries to stab him with a knife, and he tells him that he's been sent by Vic Flynn, and I'm just like,
as per usual, someone being an idiot. The leader that they're not.
Learn that you should never get one person to go after Tommy Egan. Like Tommy, you've known him for what? How many years has he been in Chicago? It's been like 2-3 years he's been in Chicago, and you still don't know that this guy can take down anyone you sent at him. You better send a whole gang at this dude, or that person's gonna wind up dead.
The whole thing with Vic, it's his anger is at the wrong people, and you want to like avenge your sister. Why? Your sister hated your fucking guts. She would have killed you if she had the fucking chance to.
Your sister tried to kill you.
So Vic is just like a real idiot. Like what the less knowledgeable of the two brothers that are now going to be working on forces, like this is just like two idiots, but whatever. One is just smarter than the other. But With Vic, it's just like,
and that's saying something because the other is Junkie Jenard.
thank you. But it's just like, bro, like what is your anger with me for? Like, you are free, leave. Like, you're gone. Like, you're already away and you still got one foot in, one foot out. It don't work like that. You gotta like figure it out. And for you to even try to attempt to go and kill Tommy, again, one of the dumbest things. Like, if you're gonna kill him, make sure you don't miss. And guess what? You didn't send the right people because that's what they missed. You idiot.
So the guy's name is Jimmy. Well, Jimmy ain't here no more because Tommy stabs him in the side of the neck, puts him in the dark. Then he takes his phone and he basically calls Vic and he tells him, like, you should have been the one. You should have been the one to do this shit. Why you sending one of your lower level ones? Now they fucking dead. And he tells him that he is next and that he's going to take him and Ray out. Like, it's just like, come on, Vic. Like, you gotta be better than this. This dude is in the woods somewhere, basically hiding out. He's trying to plot against Tommy, which makes no sense at all because you've already gotten away. You should just not put your life and her life at risk. What the fuck are you doing?
Just think about itself. Again, his anger is at the wrong people, but he has to like get someone. And that person has to be Tommy, you dummy. No.
It's like, just go. Like, why did you not sticking to the plan you and Ray have? She said you're going to go somewhere where you can't get extradited.
It's supposed to be Bobby or Jason or something like that now. Like, yo,
and literally, Tommy told you the last time he saw you face to face, he was like, you should have just left with your auntie Beth. You should have took the money and leave.
Again, just someone that's just, again, you want revenge, but you want it on the wrong people. Like, you have your anger. And it's like, what exactly is your beef that, Tommy came in and like took over your whole family's organization? Now you have nothing. Is that your beef? Well, your dad and your sister let that happen. Not you, but whatever.
And this is why Tommy was right that Claudia at least had the balls to try to kill him herself.
Mm-hmm.
She ain't gonna send no lower level fucking gangster after him.
Yep, that's it.
Power Driver Finisher says, when we cut back to him throughout the episode, I'm like, what the fuck? Why we keep pushing this fool for?
Yeah.
He ain't no main eventer. He's not. So much camera time for a dude that is he's not even an upper mid Carter.
He's not even, I was just about to say, he's such a mid Carter, it's not even funny.
He's not even a mid. I think like he's a curtain jerker. That's what Vic is at this point.
Like the Miz, like he like someone you could count on and just call him like they would need. No.
Nope. He's not even that. He's not even that. This dude is straight trash at this point for me. Like, throw Vic right in the bin. He can go in the bin. But yeah, we see him and Ray, they're having a moment, but you could tell in Vic's eyes that he still wants to go after Tommy. He still wants to be in Chicago and basically run shit over there now that his dad and his sister are gone. And it's just like, this is the reason you didn't die here, you're eventually gonna die.
You're gonna die when you come follow us. That's for sure. Just I don't know how or when, but you're definitely dying.
Yeah. So we're gonna see more from Vic Flynn, unfortunately, after this episode as well. But then we go to Junkie Jenard, who is on top of the roof, I guess at like a repast for Diamond, and it looks like he's about to do some drugs again. He got his needle out, but then he sees a picture of Diamond and he basically rethinks it. He's like, I can't do this. He thinks about that last conversation with Diamond, and he told him that he needs to stop doing the damn drugs, so he decides not to. Then he receives a text from Ortega, and he texts him to let him know that he's gonna give him more soldiers to take down Tommy. So y'all know Jenard is preparing for war, basically. Then he goes to the repast. They're celebrating the life of Diamond. We see all the CBI members pouring out their liquor for him into like this barrel with fire. Eventually, we see Junkie Jenard come in, and he sees your boy G Herbo, and he shows up. He shows him some love for showing up for Diamond's repast here.
Mm-hmm.
But then he sees him that he's talking to freaking Raheem.
And he basically
Mhm.
calls out Raheem for
Right
playing
away.
him,
Yep.
saying that why you ain't wasn't with us when we tried to go to the funeral. And he talks about how his girl has been on his ass and he was with her, and he's asking him where he was at. And he's like, man, why you sweating me? You acting like my girl now. And he tries to play it off, but then your boy Jenard says, you know what? I'm tired of playing these games. He basically tells him he wants to see his phone, and Raheem's like, yo, stop pushing it. Like, why are you doing all that? Tries to walk away, and Jenard just pops him right in the back of the head. Then he pulls his phone out. He basically sees that he's been texting Shanti, and now he knows that he was the mole that basically is the reason why Tommy and Shanti and them got the drop on him. What did you think about Raheem getting popped that quick? We kind of predicted this, that he was gonna get popped real quick in this episode, but damn, Jenard was on his shit without the drugs. Jenard had a good start to this episode.
He did. Let's first commend him for like seeing and doing something right, not only for himself but like for his brother now. But like, yeah, like they've been saying, like, you're better without those things. You don't need them. And I think when he has a more clear, level-headed mind, he can do better. Yeah. And then he was like, he just followed his instinct. Now, I thought we would have given Homeboy a little bit more time in this episode, but hey, like, I guess we're getting rid of the people off the bat.
Yep, they on a bloodbath this season. This season has been a bloodbath. I think like every episode we reviewed, there's been at least one murder,
one or two, at least 1 to 2 murders. Yes.
Yeah.
This one has like 1 to 2 murders. Yep, this one had some murders.
Oh yeah, definitely. We had some murders in this episode.
Now the people that did get murdered in this episode was rightfully so to get murdered, but we will go. Yeah, they had it coming.
Yeah, they definitely did. So he sees all the texts. He lets the people know. He lets everybody know that this guy was on the other side the whole time, working with Shanti. He could never be trusted. And then Jenard tells his whole crew, y'all need to pick a side. Y'all either with me or against me. And if y'all against me, y'all can get the fuck out right now. He's gonna roll up on Shanti. I mean on Tommy, and he basically is like, we got to get to it. So then Jenard had Raheem's body doing the plank challenge. like he was just laid the fuck out, and he tells his boys to clean up the shit. Then we go to D-Mac, who's very emotional. He's in his room, and he's got a whole bunch of pictures of JP sprawled out. We see him like crying. He's got his piece, and he's basically just very emotional, finally like grieving and letting everything out. Then we go downstairs where Kate is preparing stuff for the reception following the funeral in the house. And she ends up having a conversation with Mireya, and she's kind of giving her the cold shoulder after hearing that she was planning on leaving Tommy in the last episode. And she basically tells her, I hope you do the right thing. And Mireya is like, yeah, I'm not leaving. And Kate is still kind of looking at her funny, looking at her sideways. And Mireya was surprised. She's surprised that you did not tell Tommy that I was leaving. And she says, yeah, that's true, but she doesn't know what Tommy would do if he found out. So that's why she's looking out for not only you, she's looking out for her grandchild, basically, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So then tells her, after Mireya tells her that she's not leaving, she kind of gives her a look, knowing that she's straight up lying. Mireya, she's gonna get the hell up out of here, because she's definitely playing games, like King Kilo said. Then we go to the living room area where D-Mac comes downstairs from his room, and he's got his piece out, and he's ready to go to war, and he's planning on doing something right now. Well, Tommy has to basically give him a talk, stop him. He says he cannot afford to have him go out there and make a mistake. He says whatever we do next, we got to have a game plan. It's got to be a smart game plan. And we know he tells D-Mac that he wants him, that if anything happens to him, he wants him to look after Mireya and his kid. It was a nice touching moment, and you could see how close the bond is between the uncle and nephew at this point. So Tommy is mentally ready to go, like if he has to, because he knows he's in this war and he knows he's too deep in everything.
Yep.
So
It kind of sets up that maybe the next chapter, this legacy, is the final chapter for Tommy, but we shall see about that. Then we get another close conversation with Tommy and Kate. Kate lets Tommy know that she's planning on leaving. She's going back to New York. And Tommy is actually pushing back against this. He's actually like, you always run away from your problems. He was like, how about you actually stay this time? He doesn't want his mother to leave, but he's like, but I was thinking like, dude, you were on this shit in the last episode. You were like, she shouldn't be here because she's going to be in danger. Like, this is the right move. You need her to go and you need Mireya to go. You can't keep them in Chicago if you're in a fucking war.
And you can't think about them because you're too busy focusing on this war that you thinking about them is just not going to let you think straight.
Yeah. So she lets him know that she can't be here basically for because it's not good for her sobriety, that she has to still work on herself. So she's gonna head back to New York. But she says that D-Mac always knows that he has a home with her, and so do you back in New York. So that was a little foreshadowing.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
So we know that Tommy's gonna be going back to New York by the end of this episode. So we know that that can come through there. So then Shanti shows up at the house and they have a conversation, and she tells Tommy that Raheem is dead and that somebody shot him and they left his dead body in her ring. Now they don't have an inside man. So your boy Tommy's like, look, how about you go to Jenard because the needle is not his weakness. You are. And maybe we can figure out basically a way to plot and plan against him if you can get him to trust you again. Shanti wasn't really feeling this plan, but she did go ahead with it. But hey, we'll see if that actually works or not. Then we go to the law side of things. We got Lieutenant Bobby. He comes and sees Sang, and he basically lets him know that he knows everything. He shows him the pictures of the meeting with Chan. He also tells him that he knows that he's on the cartel's payroll at this point. Hello. Want to say hi? You trying to hide your face? Say hi, Krssi.
Hi, Krssi.
How are you?
I can't talk.
You can't talk?
Why?
There's no.
Huh? You want to hear? You want to hear her? Okay, my headphones.
Hi, Harlem. How are you?
Say I'm good.
I'm good.
Now you're happy. Don't
What are
walk
you
away
doing?
from my headphones. Okay, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
You added a lot to the conversation. Appreciate you for that. All right, she gone.
Hearing my voice is enough for her. That was it,
Yeah, she just needed to hear you. She's like, oh my god, I can't hear her. So then, he basically, Lieutenant Bobby basically presses Sang. He lets him know that he knows that he's a part of the cartel's payroll, and he wants him to help him get Tommy Egan. And Bill Sang was not trying to help him out at all because he doesn't want to die. He doesn't want his wife to die, and we know he wants Stacy Mark's spot. But Detective Bobby's like, I don't give a damn about any of that. Once Bill Sang mentioned that Stacy Marks was corrupt and will get out to the public, Lieutenant Bobby had to change up his game plan. He tells Singh, you could do what you want, but we got to get Tommy. We got to set him up, make it seem like you're offering your services to him, and then I'm going to catch him slipping, basically. So that's the game plan. So your boy Bill Singh, though, he had his own game plan, but we'll get into that.
Again,
that was my favorite part of this whole entire episode.
Oh, when he confronted him, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got you." Like, yeah, you take corrupt money. I don't give a damn what you do. I just want Tommy. Okay, sure. Well,
no, I'm talking about the scene later. We're gonna talk.
Oh
about
yeah, that scene was continue. Go ahead.
So then we see Singh. He calls up Tommy, saying that he definitely did what he basically wants. He basically, the plan is to get Tommy to admit that he's the one that killed Stacy Marks. So he calls up Tommy, letting him know that he's the new AUSA and that he wants to work with him, and they need to meet. Basically trying to work with Tommy at this point. Tommy says little to no words during this conversation, and basically is like, where do you want to meet? So they basically set up a spot to meet. This whole thing is kind of worked out where they are able to basically come to an understanding, and they're gonna meet up later on in the day. So then Tommy meets up with Mireya. They're having dinner that night of the funeral, and he basically tells her that tomorrow he's going to put her in a safe house because it's too dangerous. So now you decide it's the time to put her in a safe house? Shouldn't she been in a safe house this entire time?
They should have had her secluded away. So her and Kate should have been somewhere secluded a long time ago. But
silliness.
This is why they had to go, because he's not thinking properly.
We got next they have that whole conversation, and you could see Mireya kind of making the looks like she's not sure if this is the right plan, and that it's probably better for her to go to Mexico at this point. But they basically talk some more, and they come to an understanding, and basically telling Mireya that he's got to keep her safe and the child safe. And Mireya knows that Tommy loves her, and knows that she's lucky to kind of be with him and everything. But you could tell at this point that Mireya was like, "Oh, I'm going with plan A at this point."
I got a plan all in the works that you got, like none of y'all can know about. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got to figure this out. I got to focus on myself and this baby. Stay out of danger.
Yeah. So you could tell that Tommy knows something is up, but he kind of just goes with the flow. We also see Kate is listening to this conversation, knowing what's about to happen as well. Even though Mireya told her that she's not leaving, I think your girl Kate understood that Mireya was plotting on leaving herself anyway. And Kate just really wants to make sure that the grandchild is protected at all costs. So I think she's okay with it at this point.
Right.
Then we go to Shanti. Shanti goes to the spot where they're having the whole meeting, the whole meeting basically the repast for Diamond, and she basically talks to Jenard, and she basically tells him that it's crazy that Diamond isn't here. But Jenard's like, really? Isn't this what you wanted the whole time? And she was like, but not with the white boy doing it. And she was like, but you're working with them. And she was like, I don't feel right with the white devil. I can't work with him like that. And it doesn't seem like Jenard is with this at all. But she said she was not cool with Tommy taking out Diamond and talking some stupid like long game, saying that this is about the long game and we need to continue that and go with the original game plan. But Jenard ain't stupid. He does tell her that he will agree and that he really misses her and he wants to basically be with her still. But Shanti's like, no, this is strictly for business. So she's still on her shit about it. So it seemed like both of them were playing games. But neither one of them was falling for it. But at least with Shanti, she understood that Jenard wasn't going for it, while Jenard thought that he was pulling the okie doke on Shanti.
On Shanti, yeah, like she already knew from going in, like, and I was like, I don't think she should go in, but they did that. I thought it was a bad idea, but they went in it anyway, and she was like, no, like, I can't be with you, but I would work with you. Like, I still can like be partners with you, but like what we had is no longer. And I was like, oh, good for her. But then I feel like if she would have like played the okie doke with him, he probably would have like seen like right through it. Yeah. So I understand why she did not play right into him.
Good shout by our boy DeMarcus in the chat. Good to see you. He says Herman, JP's father, plays in The Shy as Sonny. I forgot. Yes, that's Sonny from The Shy.
Yes. Because I was like, they've never showed the guy's dad on TV, right?
No, they showed him in season 1. In season 1, Tommy gets introduced to JP's dad.
I forgot all about that. I was like, where this man came from?
So they come up with a plan. Jenard and Shanti fake plan of they're gonna basically take out Tommy, and Jenard says that they're gonna do a coalition meeting later, so to meet up there, and we'll come up with a plan to take out Tommy, and then they could split the territories 50-50. Now we also know that Jenard is just doing this to get to Tommy, and this is what he tells Bones and Big Smurf. But Shanti goes back and she's having a conversation with Tommy herself, and she tells him that she does not believe that Jenard fell for it at all. We know Tommy is like, so look, we gotta have a plan B then. So he says that he should go talk to the RDs, considering that they have beef with Jenard and they have issues with them. So get them on side, and he believes that he can get Grayskull on his side, and that way he can get the drop on Jenard, which ends up happening. But you know, Jenard could have easily took out Shanti right then and there in front of his crew. Like, I don't understand why he didn't.
Right, that could have been another person off the chessboard. You know, send another sign, because again, they're working against you. She already sent a snitch in there. She got one of her guys to work with against y'all. That was right to kill her, but I guess the love that he had for her let him not do that, and he just let her walk out the door.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that one. But I love the fact that Tommy brings up what Kanan used to always tell him, that the truth is concealed within a lie, and basically telling him that what Jenard told her, it was a lie, but there is some truth to it. So that's why he wants to get Grayskull on side, so he can basically tell them what happens at the coalition meeting. Shanti is supposed to be his weakness, but it seemed like she was too much of his weakness, that he said that pussy power don't work on him anymore. So then we get El Che. He calls up Tommy, and he basically needs to meet with him and Miguel, and we see that Ortega is at this meeting. And basically, El Che lets him know that the cartels have basically combined forces. Their bosses in Mexico have decided that the cartels need to join together. And then, of course, in this beef with the Marquez cartel, and Tommy is not going with it. He's like, really? It's no way that he's going to sit up here and do business with this motherfucker. So he basically says, me and my business is out of here. But then what El Che tells him is that there was a little catch to this merger that is going on, and that there is someone that has been causing a lot of mess ever since they came to Chicago. In order for all of this to work, we must take out somebody must be a sacrifice, and it's the one person that's been causing all these issues since they got here to Chicago. So he pulls out the gun and he's pointing it at Tommy, and you're thinking, oh shit, he about to turn on Tommy. But then he flips the gun and he hands the gun to Tommy, and then the rest of his guys hold up Ortega. So he basically he gives Tommy the gun to shoot Ortega. He shoots him, pops him twice in the stomach, and then the third time in the head. And he said that it's your kill. He takes care of Ortega real quick with a big smile on his face. And this was probably my second favorite part of the episode, is after he kills Ortega, he's like, I think I could go with this merger. Tommy's lines, sometimes his one-liners just hit. This was one of those cases.
And I feel like he'd be like ad-libbing sometimes. I feel like that's not even like in the script. I feel like that's him like, this could work. Like, now you're down with the merger. Before you was working with it, but now this is good for you. And you were the one that was able to take him out too as well. He's like, how your uncle doing? Such good stuff.
Yeah, he was talking shit the whole time. Yeah. You gotta love it. Yes, indeed. Yeah, Tommy was relishing. He was relishing this moment. He did not hesitate at all to pull the trigger on homeboy. Our driver finisher also adding, I can fucks with this merger. Yes, great line in this episode. We get DeMarcus, who says it's ironic that Shanti wanted to serve up D-Mac, however, saved D-Mac's life when Jenard shot D-Mac. The roles were reversed when D-Mac saved Shanti's life, and we'll talk about that in a bit here.
Yes.
Yep. But this was a nice moment. What did you think? Were you surprised at all of this going down with the cartels merging and then Tommy killing Ortega?
Yes, this was a good, nice little like twist and like plot turn. All of this happening, especially like them all coming around. It was like, oh, you want us to all work together? Like, nah, son. But then the whole like turnover and like Che, I was like, now see, now you're being a real drug lord. Like now you're being a person that's like a kingpin. Because before you wasn't showing us, those type of vibes, like like
Yeah.
Lobos and all of them. But this little scene I liked a lot, and the whole little thing is he's like, no, you do it, Tommy. It's like gladly.
He's like, no worries. But this was one storyline that I'm glad they wrapped up and they didn't keep lingering
Yeah.
after Force, because it needed to be wrapped up because
Over,
it was
yeah,
such a
long
big
time.
part of this season.
Yes, I agree. Yes.
Yeah. But we are smoking on that Ortega pack. He was another case of what Power always does, where they make these people look like absolute menaces and like these big time, big bad bosses and villains when they're in jail, and then they come out of jail and they're easily disposed of. This is the same thing that happened with Lorenzo Tejada in Ghost. This is the same thing that happened with King Kilo in this same season. Like this always happens, it seems like.
You're not really a big boss after all. We could kill you that easy.
Lobos was the only one who is a threat in jail and out of jail.
Yep, that is true. Very, very true.
Yeah, even though Padre finisher saying I wanted more from Ortega.
Yeah, a little bit, but it was fine the way it went down. Like I'm good with the way it finished. Yeah.
I think if there was a season 4, that this scene would have never happened.
Correct.
They would have kept him as a threat.
Yep. They would have kept him as a They wouldn't have wrote it like how they did. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
And then
you're right. He's absolutely right. Yeah, Kanan was another one who was a threat in jail and out of jail.
Yep. And then he got out of jail and he was just like.
He was a menace then. He was a menace as well. He was a menace when he was out of jail as well. He was causing issues. Yeah. Because he killed homeboy, Quarter Water to take the territory back in season 2.
That's true. Yes.
We call you Quarter Water because we used to pay 50 cents to fuck your mom in the ass. I remember that scene. That's one of my favorite scenes from season 2 of the OG Power. But yeah, we go to the next scene after this whole murder of Ortega, and we see Jason Booker, aka Vic Flynn, with Ray. Ray's cooking him dinner and he's watching the news, and he sees the news of Diamond being killed, and basically he learns that Diamond's up out of here. He gets pissed off about that, and of course they also talk about his family and saying that this has been part of a whole drug and gang war and how law enforcement is struggling at this point. He sees pictures of Claudia Flynn and his father Walter Flynn. They say that he has gone missing on the news as well, and it's like, dude, like even your girl is like, man, ain't you happy you left all that behind? And he's like, no, I want to go back. What? He ain't happy at all.
Just like, let the girl go then. Like, just like, you could have just let her leave by herself. Like, why you put her through all that stuff? Like, I was just like, this guy, he's even dumber than Jenard.
Yeah, he is the dumbest character on this episode and in this season and in this series, probably the whole series.
Yeah.
Just stay away and have a good life, and you can be clapping Ray's cheeks all the time. I don't understand why he wants to die.
Start your new little organization where you're at. Like, I mean, like, start all over. Start how you wanted to run your Flynn dynasty. You could run it as underneath a different name and, be where you are. No, you just want
to. I am scared to death that they are going to have Vic be the one who eventually kills Tommy.
I hope it's not that. I hope that's not the case.
I would tap out of Power at that point.
I don't think
it's Vic.
Yeah, no. I think they're giving Vic too much credit to do that stuff. I don't think that's a good idea at all.
Like, I don't even want to see another whole season from Vic. I want Vic to get killed in the first 2 episodes of Legacy. Like, start it off with a bang and get him the fuck up out of here, please.
Yeah, get him out. Yeah, please go on ASAP. Because he's not really good at thinking correctly.
Anything. anything. He's a snitch. Like, what are we doing here? Like, that's the big. I see. That's what I said. I understand you saying underwhelming because out of everybody who could have stayed alive, I have no issue with Jenard staying alive, even though Tommy said he had to kill him and stuff. But they could have done that a little bit way, and I would have been fine with Jenard, staying alive. Vic staying alive, there is no reason for that shit. There's the only reason for that shit in the writer's mind is that Jenard needs somebody. No. It's that Jenard needs somebody to work with him. But no, fuck you. No, he should have died. So now we get Tommy. He has a conversation with Grayskull, who's now in charge of the RDs. He wants to work with Grayskull, but Grayskull is still on his shit. He's like, give me D-Mac and we have a deal. Now Tommy finally tells him the truth. He's like, hell nah, that's not happening at all. And anyway, that was King Kilo had issues with D-Mac, not you. Leave that shit alone. He also tells him that Jenard was the one that took out his brother and King Kilo, because you remember Jenard lied about that. So that's the problem. He tells him that he was like, yo, Jenard told me that your brother killed Kilo and Jojo. He was like, my brother was a musician. He ain't no gangster. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He was. And that's why I was like, yo, talk about your brother. Tell him how your brother was. Yo, he wasn't no killer.
Ain't no killer. What the fuck are we talking about? So he's kind of surprised that he took him out, and he said Jenard was lying and talking about JP was the one that did all of that. So once Grayskull finds out the truth, he told Tommy, okay, I'll work with you, because Tommy told him that both cartels are teaming up, and that's where the winning side is going to be. That the cartels ain't gonna fuck with CBI anymore. Plus, Grayskull does not like Jenard anywhere. He's like, I'd rather team up with you than that incompetent ass Jenard. So it's a win-win scenario for him. He tells Tommy he will let him know as far as the drop on Jenard. He's going to stay close to him. And I was like, finally. I was like, there we go. We finally got him on side. I'm interested to see more from Grayskull, honestly. He's been the one that's kind of been calling out Jenard on his shit ever since he'd been on drugs in season 2 when he was a part of treason.
That's also, yes, you're right. There's one person always would see through Junkie Jenard, and that was him. Yes.
Yeah. But to be fair to him, he did also tell Jenard that he was going to come see him, and the RDs were going to go to war with CBI if he didn't give him D-Mac. And it's been days after that whole thing with Diamond. So I mean, he ain't a man of his word. So I'll just but we'll see how this works out with Grayskull working with Tommy here. So then we go to one of the best parts of the entire episode. Tommy has his meeting with Bill Singh. They meet in this like abandoned kind of warehouse. We get to Tommy meeting up with them, and they're talking about doing business. Bill Singh is trying to make Tommy confess to killing Stacey Marks, but Tommy is not going for it. He understands that this is a setup. He then comes close to him, and he sees that Bill Singh is wearing a riot. He confronts Bill Singh, and it's looking like he's about to take him out when your boy Lieutenant Bobby shows up. He pops out of nowhere, trying to take Tommy down, telling him that he's got units that are on their way, and he says you're done for. And then out of nowhere, they're like saying, both of them are saying, put your gun down. Tommy's got his gun out, Bobby's got his gun down. You don't know what's about to happen. And then out of nowhere, Bill Singh pops Lieutenant Bobby right in the side of the head. I was like, yes, let's fucking go. And like Tommy said, I was like, I did not see that shit coming.
Nope. And I love that the writers did that way. Yes, like, no, I can be of value to you and you can be of value to me. No problem. Let me figure this out. We'll meet back here. Little did they know. That's what it's like. What's the safe word? Wife. He popped it, and it's not like he like shot him. Like, he shot that nigga straight in the head. And he's like, nope, I'll take care of this. Great job. Now you not only have you now have to work with your old boss, because your other boss is dead too, because Tommy killed him. But hey, look, well, you got new bosses. And we got someone right in the yep. Great job, guys. Great job.
Great job. And yeah, it made sense because like he told him, he was like the cartels merged and everything, so he had to work with Tommy anyway. And since Tommy told him that the cartels are pretty much teamed together, Ortega's dead, Bill Singh thought it was in his best interest to go ahead and work with Tommy and work for Tommy. He definitely did right here. And Bill Singh tells Tommy, don't worry about it. He says he's going to clean up, and he also tells him that he's going to get him that tape as far as the recording that they have. Mm-hmm. So Lieutenant Bobby did all of that, and he basically got popped. And he said the units were on their way. Were they?
Right. Were they there? Because I'm like, well, what did they? I didn't hear not one siren on the way. Like, were you just trying to scare Tommy? What? Oh, the sirens are on the way. Like, if you don't get your ass out of here,
was it like Bill Singh be like, oh, I'll take care of it?
Yeah.
And he listened to him. Like, he's dirty. Why would you trust him to take care of that part? Oh man, Lieutenant Bobby, you deserve to be right next to Stacy.
AC Marks, yep.
Hell or heaven, wherever they went. I think it's hell. There wasn't any cameras or anything in that warehouse. This was a very like haphazard way of trying to get Tommy.
It was. What people don't understand that they have to get Tommy in a way where he will never see you guys coming. Like Tommy's always thinking like 2 steps ahead. Y'all have to be like 4 steps ahead. Like Mireya.
He definitely should have been more prepared than what he was, because this was a sad excuse for a bust on Tommy Egan of all people. What were you thinking? But then we go to Jenard. He has his whole meeting with the coalition, and he basically says that they're going to move shop to the old Treason lumber house. And we see Grayskull is there, part of the meeting. So immediately, this dude walks up out of the chair from the meeting, and he immediately texts Tommy. He's like, they moving everything to the lumber yard. I was like, dude, you couldn't even wait till you got out the place. Like, I was like, what if this nigga pulled up on you and was like, who you texting?
Right. Like, at least like getting it. That's how the other guy got popped. He not watching his surroundings and like not being careful. And that's how Jenard noticed him. So I'm surprised. Like in this particular scene, I was like, damn, no one saw you text. Go just text right away after you. You didn't even get to your car. Go to your car first or something.
He was eager. He was eager to get that one off to Tommy. It seemed like he's like I gotta let Tommy know you moving over here. They gonna get the jump on you. And then if you're Jenard, like, why are you noticing that Grayskull ain't here when as soon as Grayskull wasn't there at the place, I would have been like, oh, he snitched on us. He's working for the ops. And Grayskull already had problems with you. If I would have thought something suspicious if Grayskull came to the meeting, the coalition meeting, and didn't say anything about all the other beef that they had.
Correct. Yep.
Here we are. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Power Driver Finisher. I thought the same thing. I was like, I thought he was gonna get popped right then and there, but hey. He stayed alive and he did what he had to do. He gave Tommy the info. He gave him the intel. Jenard did not have any issues with Grayskull after that last episode, I guess. This is why, we needed a conversation between them to at least explain that part. But they had to rush. They had to put everything into 62 minutes, I guess. So here we are. So then we go to Genesis' home, and D-Mac goes to see her, and he gives her money for school, and he basically is like, huh?
We could have did without this scene, but whatever.
Well, this was him basically trying to push her away, and she's telling him she don't need blood money, but he says that he sold his bike and he wanted to give her money for school so she'll be all right when she goes to Atlanta. And he's like, don't worry about him anymore. And she wants him to come with her. She wants him to stop this street stuff, but D-Mac is like, he's a different breed. He's like, no, I'm about this life. Like, they ain't no saving me. This is the life that I chose. He has to pretty much push her off off of him, letting her know that he ain't playing around and that if she continues to mess around with him, she will get hurt, which is definitely true.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably one of the smartest things that D-Mac has done in this entire series.
Yep. He was like, I need you to be safe. So take all this money. I'm going to get. Even though he didn't have to sell his bike, all I had to do was ask his Uncle Tommy for some money. But whatever, it's another thing.
But no, she didn't want blood money, so he did sell his bike.
He did so. But you want me to get rid of my bike, so you'll take that instead of blood money. Okay, great. So I can't have my bike no more. One for another.
They left her as a lingering thing. We got her. Oh, who's another one from the Power Universe that's still alive? That's lingering. Lauren.
And
Lauren is still alive.
My favorite. What's my homegirl? That y'all can't stand. That took the whole.
Dirty Diana.
No, not Diana. The other one. What's the Spanish?
Oh, Effie.
Effie, yeah. Nobody hates. Everyone hates Effie. I love Effie.
Because she turned on him way too many times. Like, what are we talking about?
Listen, somebody got to look out for her. No one else is looking out for her.
Okay. Speaking of which, we go to Tommy meeting up with Shanti, D-Mac, and Miguel at Miguel's place, and Miguel lets them know that they're low on soldiers and that they need more people. And Tommy's like, you know what? I need to call in a favor. So we finally see the other end of the call that ended Power Book 2 Ghost. And we know that he's on the phone with your boy Tariq. This is the phone call that we've been waiting for about a year and a half for, and we finally get the other half of it. He tells him that everything's about to go down, and if he's got some people that wouldn't mind getting into some heat. Then we go to Tommy. He goes back to JP's house, and he's looking for Mireya to take her to the safe house. But he sees that no one is home, and there's a letter left for him. And she ended up leaving and going to safety, and she says that she's with family. And this makes all the sense in the world. She basically tells him that, she's going to be here waiting for him, and that, she needed to be safe. So that's why she left, so he wouldn't have to have his mind on her. And of course, they wait till like the very end for this to happen, when this probably should have happened early on in the season. I'm just saying, Tommy. Get your priorities straight. It says that he needs to concentrate on winning this war. She believes he can do it, and when everything is over, come and get her. Now, then we see Tommy is back with Miguel, and they're getting ready to head on out. And he has a nice little conversation with him. He lets him know that Mireya left, and she went to Mexico to safety. Miguel's talking about, man, fucking Mireya, she's smart. She's always one step ahead of us. And he was like, yeah, she is. She's the one that predicted us working together. It didn't take rocket science to figure out that. Y'all in a goddamn war. Like, what the fuck were y'all thinking? Like, keeping her around. But she's the only one with a brain, it seems like.
Yep.
But they have a nice moment, and it's good to see them like working together. They kind of tease that something would happen to Miguel with this whole part, but I'm glad to say that Miguel is still here. He didn't we ain't smoking on the Miguel pack now. So then we finally get to the big shootout at the end. So we see Jenard and the CBI crew are at the lumber yard, and then all of a sudden, one of his boys got the red dot on his hand, and you hear Smurf be like, "Oh shit!" And he knows that the war is on. Body starts dropping right and left. Your boy Big Smurf is looking real shook at this point. We get Miguel. He ends up getting shot. Shanti gets up and getting shot by Bones. But D-Mac is able to protect her like she protected him in the last episode. Y'all know Tommy was looking like he was about to get taken out. He had one guy coming from the side. He had another guy coming from up top. But then your boy Tariq shows up in the nick of time, shooting like he's been practicing on Call of Duty. Like pop, pop, pop. Pops all the guys, pop one in the head one time, and it looked like he was with Shinadu's crew instead of like I know there was a couple of people that was like, oh, he's gonna show up with Braden and Kane and Effie, and I was like, that doesn't make any sense. Him and Kane have never been on the same side.
Right. I would say Braden I would have thought would have been there of anybody, because again, the last time we saw them, they were running away.
Yeah.
So again, for him to show up and you don't see Braden, you're like, where the hell is Braden? Is he holding down the fort while you're here over here? Like you telling me you had to go somewhere? Like I'm confused. I'm like, and they treated it. Like people thought this was like the ending of Endgames. You're like, remember when like they came? I forgot who said it
on your left. On your left. Yeah,
right.
Falcon saying on your left.
And they was just like popping. They was like, "This Tariq just comes. He comes saves the day." Like I had so many questions. I was like, "Okay, great."
This was definitely an aura farming moment. It was like Tariq just pop, and then he's got the smile.
With a big ass gun. Like that's all. Oh, like he's an Avenger. Like he's coming to save the day. I gotta send you the meme. Like it's so funny. I was like, "Yo, like."
oh, this is funny. Like from knowledge saying she stayed talking about Mireya. She stayed doing shifts at work. Doesn't matter if her life is in danger. Whenever she leaves the house, she's going to work. He said she probably did a shift at work before she went to Mexico.
Hey, you get that extra money, like make it don't like look like bad, like make it still, and make sure everything is going according, like everything looking up and up,
Yep. So after Tariq comes and makes the save, he looking all happy as hell because he always wanted to be there for his Uncle Tommy. He wanted to make him proud. Well, he definitely did that in this particular scene. Tommy got a big smile on his face as well. Did see, like I said, some guys next to Tommy, and we're going to find out, I guess, all the details with that. But we're also going to find out what happened with Tariq since the end of Ghost in this later conversation that we got at the end of the episode. So then you get we can see Bill Singh is having a press conference announcing himself as the new AUSA and basically telling everybody that both Lieutenant Bobby and Stacy Marks were involved in a corrupt scheme to basically badmouth them and make himself look good. They both were corrupt. He says that they both have been making deals with gangs, and basically he's going to step in and he's going to make sure this city is going to be safe. So your boy Bill Singh has made those adjustments. He has survived. It's looking real good for him. Of course, we might see more from Bill Singh with the next series because we know that Tommy is not really over with in Chicago. So maybe Bill Singh will come into play some more. So then we see Crown Snitch, aka Vic Flynn. He's all drunk at his house and he's pissed off. He's shooting bottles and Ray's like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" He's upset, talking about how he's not Jason Booker. I'm Vic fucking Flynn. He wants revenge on Tommy, and he's upset that he's staying here in the middle of nowhere. Ray's like, "Just stay here," and He doesn't want. This man decides to go ahead and he just walks off into the woods, and I guess he makes his way back to Chicago by foot. I don't know what the fuck.
I didn't understand this part. Like, you're already gone. Why do you think that this is okay for you to come back? Like, you can't have one foot. You ran away. Why did you have this poor girl run away with you? Like, I don't get the point of this whole thing. I'm Vic fucking Flynn. Nobody gives a fuck about you, Vic.
This was very, him saying I'm Vic fucking Flynn was very similar to when fucking Tariq crashed out. He's like, I'm Tariq fucking St. Pat's.
Like, and okay, like, are we supposed to like give you a donut? Like, I'm confused.
Oh, Dion saying Tariq better have learned to shoot because he sure don't have hands. He's always known how to shoot, to be fair. He got he ever since he shot Ray. He's been a great shooter. He just don't know how to fight at all.
That's what it is. He does not know how to fight. Yeah.
No. Then we get everything falling apart for Jenard. He has a meeting with the SODs and Bones and Big Smurf, and they're all telling him, like, nigga, you lost. You lost this war. Like, this war is over. They're there and they're getting sick and tired of taking all these L's. And they say, look, Tommy is the prize at this point. He's like, keep your eyes on the prize. And they're like, Tommy is the prize. He's working with both cartels at this point. You don't got no drugs. You don't got no people. Like he's like, they're linking up with him. They're going to work with Tommy. Meanwhile, Jenard is taking these L's and he's struggling. So they said, screw that, we good. Big Smurf and Bones, they also say they good as well. Jenard is pissed off, like, really? Y'all gonna leave me? What would Diamond think about this? And Bones straight up tells him some hard truths. He was like, Diamond would be ashamed of you. He would be embarrassed to see how you're running things. And SOD's is like, we never had issues with Tommy. Things was going good for Tommy. He took care of that shit for Chavo and took care of Ortega's uncle. And it was really just Jenard and Diamond for real. So they all understand this. We know Jenard was talking about, well, he killed Diamond. And Bones was like, nah, I watched it. He did kill Diamond, but that bullet was meant for your ass. It was meant for you. You killed Diamond. He made Smurf put the gun down, saying, don't waste your bullets. Diamond would be embarrassed for all of this. Smurf is so pissed off, he went into Super Saiyan mode and just screamed. He's like, ah!
He wanted to shoot him. He's like, this is all your fault. Like, you brought us into this mess. Yep.
He had me cracking up with that shit, though.
Our real leader is now dead because of you. Thanks.
So Bones tells him, he's like, you're going to drop to your knees and you're going to get a death worthy of a coward. I was like, damn.
Ooh.
He was reading from the Bible and shit on his ass. God damn. He says, you know what? This would be a good thing to tell Junkie Jenard right there in the face. It felt like he was reading the Bible and he just said that's going to be some shit I say to Jenard. Then he's taking L after L, so he's lost his crew, but that's not the last we would see of Jenard. Then we get a scene that a lot of people have been predicting and saying needs to happen. We get D-Mac and Tariq actually having a conversation. We get these two nephews of Tommy. D-Mac's in his feelings. He talks about how he's bonded to Tariq, saying that Tariq also lost his pops. It didn't seem like he knew how Tariq lost his pops. Tariq says he knows exactly how he feels, and anytime someone talks about losing their father, we know Tariq kind of gets emotional. We could take by the look on his face, it's a topic of discussion he does not want to talk about, and that's because he feels bad about what he did to his pops. But once again, D-Mac starts talking about his relationship with Tommy and how basically Tommy needs him and he needs Tommy and Tommy's family and the baby on the way. And you could tell with the way Tariq was saying, like, I seen people being like, oh, Tariq scheming to kill Tommy and stuff. No, it seemed like he was jealous of how close D-Mac was to Tommy.
Yep. And like how good he didn't think that he was doing so good out here. And developing all these relationships and having he's like, oh, you got a whole family out here. Yeah, nigga,
Yeah, and I think that's what leads to Tariq's brain start moving and putting everything together. Like, I want my Uncle Tommy back, basically. That's why he made the offer at the end of the episode. He's like, man, Tommy really has a family, even though he knew that Tommy had a brother and all that stuff. He did not understand how serious it was. And to see D-Mac for the first time, maybe Tariq felt some type of way. And to be honest, Tariq doesn't have any family right now because he sent Tasha off. He sent Yaz off so they can be safe and everything. And we got a special guest joining us. Knowledge went from the chats to here. Good to see you. What's up, brother?
I'm good. I'm really sorry. I said I was going to join earlier, but I've been working. I'm important, so it's like people are trying to get me all the time. So I'm sorry about that. But I'm listening to the show and I've got all this stuff I'm trying to chime in on. But I've just been incredibly busy today. I'm going to try.
I love your t-shirt.
Can you hear my dogs? Yeah.
I hear it.
Been quiet all day, and now all of a sudden I'm talking to you, and they're trying to get involved. So yeah, bear with me, you lot. But yeah,
okay, maybe they want to see us. They want to see who you're talking to.
Exactly, that's what it is. It's strangers, But yeah, sorry, where were you?
Oh, we were talking about the Tariq and D-Mac scene because a lot of people have been talking about Tariq looked like he was scheming and wanted to kill Tommy, and I did not get that at all. I got the vibe of he was jealous of how close Tommy and D-Mac is, and the fact that Tommy has a family in Chicago and Tariq doesn't have any type of family in New York anymore.
That's what I got out of it. I saw envy in Tariq's face there. It's got me really interested in the next chapter here, what's going to go on here, because I just see potential beef between them two, like potential jealousy.
So he gonna call him down there, and now you gonna just turn on me? Oh boy, here we go.
Yeah,
No, I mean with D-Mac, Tariq and D-Mac,
Oh,
warring nephews.
Yeah, I just saw
I'm the better
Tariq's.
nephew. He loves me more. Okay,
Yeah,
got
exactly.
I
mean, he's only known.
I'm his real nephew, actually.
Yeah. But he's only known D-Mac for about a month or whatever, and it's just like friggin'. Well, ain't been that long, you know. You can't love him that much. But to be fair, you know, Tariq did kill his mate, so his brother. So you know, but I just saw that and I was like, what is going on here? Tariq is jealous. So are we going to get something in the next incarnation of this show where these two are going to go to war? Because if they're going to war, D-Mac can't win. You know, it's just he can't. You know, you saw the way he's being performative in that house when he gave that girl that money. He was like, "Get off me!" It's like, man, if you don't, you're causing drama for no reason. Like you could have.
But he is resourceful. We saw what he did with the gang that had the police, and he had the grenades and shit. He is resourceful. So
yep. That's
he
true.
He get things done, basically.
He does get things done. He doesn't, for whatever reason, he doesn't get killed. It's like he gets into all these situations, and like, you know, you saw him in the church there running out there like he was I don't know, he just ran out there like he just couldn't.
He's like, Jenard, where are you?
He did get shot, but I mean, Jesus, like, so much bullets were flying in there. Do you remember Samuel L. Jackson in Pulp Fiction? It was like that. It was just like, you know, they've got to come down and stop the bullets or whatever. Well, most of the bullets anyway. But yeah, that was an interesting scene. Sorry, as you were. I just come in and I'm just.
No. We love having you, brother. No,
I spoke to black people all day, so it was really nice to deceive many people. Not a single one.
You need that. You need that in your life, man.
It's good for my psyche. It really is. You know? It really is. It's funny because it's like, you know, I'm watching Power the other day and G Herbo pops up on the screen, right? And I'm like, oh, that's G Herbo. And it's just like, it's this, it's like I can say that to you, like G Herbo, you know, and it's like I don't really have anyone else that watches TV shows where I was like, hey, G Herbo was on Power.
Right.
You know?
You saying hi again?
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Harlem.
I've got your name on my T-shirt. Look.
Yeah.
Look, he's got your name on his shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says Harlem Nights.
I mean, that's not you on it, but I mean, it's
there you go.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
You want to talk about Power?
Yes.
Yeah. Who you like from Power?
I fixed the biscuit.
You fixed the biscuit?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's nice. Okay, thank you. Appreciate you coming through.
Bye.
Bye.
She just has to come in. She knocked before she came in too. That was nice.
This time she knocked?
Yeah, she actually properly knocked. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
lovely. Just wants to make sure you're not talking to a woman or something.
Yeah.
Your online girlfriend. That's what my kid would do.
Seems about right. But yeah, like we see Tariq getting jealous and whatnot, and then what was the next scene? Oh, the next scene was with Tommy and Miguel. Miguel's trying to get the bullet out of his leg.
Oh, yeah.
We saw Shanti get shot too, but we never saw her actually get fixed
she was
up.
fine.
Like we saw,
She was fine.
Yeah, she was fine the next time we saw her. Like she was perfectly
tough.
fine. But
You saw Miguel crying near death for getting that bullet out. Shanti just, you know, she's got a bit of Robitussin, and she just wrapped it up. She's fine, you know.
Yeah, so Tommy and Miguel, they have like a touching moment where they bond, and you know, Miguel tells him, you know, sorry for the loss of your brother, and basically Tommy's like, you know, I lost one brother, but maybe I gained one. Talking about Miguel, and I was saying earlier, I was like, it's great how close they've gotten in that journey we've been on between these two over the last 2 seasons. But then you had Miguel's guy Cruz. He starts talking shit about Diamond, saying like, aren't you lucky that you joined up with us and that you got rid of Diamond? and Tommy's like, yo, you need to hear this. Like, you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Like, me and Diamond were cool. We had things on lock. It's Jenard's ass that is the cause of all of this. So and then Miguel tells Cruz, like, maybe you should take a walk.
I thought Cruz was gonna die anyway, but it could have been Tommy who took him the fuck up out of here after he said something out of line. But
true, very true.
I know you've already discussed this before, but it's really endearing having Miguel and Tommy together now, because Tommy doesn't have a lot of allies, and when he does, they don't last long. So it's hopefully this one could stick around for a bit. You know, it's like we want Tommy to be happy and have a family and have in-laws and stuff like that. This brings a different dimension to his character, I suppose, doesn't it? I mean, you know,
I was saying earlier to Krssi that we saw like the first sign in retrospect of Miguel having respect for Tommy is seeing Tommy like try to fight through his whole crew to get to Mireya. Like, I think that's when he first had respect for him. Like, oh, you love my sister as much as I do.
Yeah.
Big time.
We got they're hermanos now. He needed a hermano. There we go. we get Bones and the rest of the CBI crew and SODs. They come and meet with Tommy. They want to join forces with him. He makes sure. I love the fact that Tommy is much different than Ghost, at least, because he looks to both Shanti and Miguel before he makes the decision and says the okay. Like, he actually cares that he has partners in this game. Yeah. So he basically says, like, it's about fucking time y'all join the winning side. So we know that Jenard is now basically on his own. He's a lone wolf until the worst character. He might be the worst character in all of Power. I don't know. Like, I hated Dre. I hated Dre, but like Dre was useful because he was like the character that we love to hate.
No,
I don't hate or care about him. I don't really hate him. I just don't care. Like, why are they giving you so much screen time?
Right. I figured Vic would have been done this season. Like, I figured like this just would have been over. Like, why we just don't write him off at this point? Like, there's no need for you. But again, I guess you little spoiled little brat. You got to like find your way to get back to Tommy. Yay.
I hate that tattoo on his neck. I just see it all the time. Even when he's wearing a shirt, I can still see the fucking top of it. So 90s, mate. Go back there.
The Cody Rhodes effect. You know, it's like the Cody Rhodes effect, you know? Like, it's the most dumbest tattoo. Like, if all neck tattoos for you to get, you get that one. And it's so big, it's like right there.
You know, the last scene, he's like, I'm Vic Flynn. It's like, man, your dad knew you were a cunt. Fuck off, mate. You know?
Your dad said you were in shit. Like, yeah, I do. I honestly do. Claudio was the only useful Flynn. That was the only Flynn that I actually fucked with.
You gave respect with. You gave a little bit of respect.
Yeah. This guy, and he's joining up with the other one here, the epitome of the gang who can't shoot straight. Two bum-ass dudes. Like, one of them's a fucking dope feed, and the other one's a fucking Nepo baby.
Nepo
baby snitch.
Yeah. Even Drew, you know, if Drew, because I can't stand that fuck. I don't actually. That's a lie. I don't mind Drew. I'm sure he's he's all right. He's useful. But if Drew joined,
the last season though, he was useless.
Do you remember that in episode 1 of the last season where like I think he crashed into Tariq's car, and even then he couldn't shoot Tariq. It was like Tariq managed to get away after he was limping away, and Drew still fought. If Drew joined those two though, Vic Flynn and Jenard, he is so high above them. It's like, I don't know, having him join their crew would be like having God deliver you a pizza. I don't know. It's just like he's so above them. It's bizarre.
That is crazy. Yeah. So we got Junkie Jenard, Crown Snitch teaming up with each other. Basically, he's saying like, you don't have anybody. He saw what happened to Diamond, so he wants to join forces with them, and he wants to take out Tommy fucking Egan.
This is a misfire, because I'm sure when they did that, their whole thoughts were, oh, at home they're going to be like, oh shit, Tommy's in trouble. I just roll my eyes. I'm like, oh, please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, this was the point of the episode that I looked at how much time was left, because I was like, okay, they're teaming up so they can get both killed at the same time. And then I see it's only 5 minutes left. I'm like, oh my, what? I was like, this is the final scene with these? Both of them are going to live? I was like,
90 seconds of that is credit. So you're like, 3 minutes left. Shit.
Yes, exactly. All of that. I was like, this is going on way too long. Like, they're not going to die together. I was like, oh, this is dumb.
like I said before, Vic should not have lived at the end of the series. We should have killed Vic like probably 2 or 3 episodes ago. I'm okay with Jenard staying alive. Like I said at the top, he was one of my MVPs of the entire season, especially because of Chris Lofton's performance. And he really he etched his name as one of the greatest power villains in this season alone. But you should have had him leave town. We should have had him leave town. That's the only way that it makes sense for him to live, because how is Tommy going to wrap things up in Chicago and leave to New York if Jenard is still around? Jenard is even by himself, he's way too much of a threat for you to just leave Chicago and think that everything's going to be all nice and dandy.
Right.
So what do y'all think? Do you think that Jenard should have left Chicago, Krssi?
I think to lay low and then like to regroup himself together, yes.
Well,
because since everyone left him, but I'm not mad at how it transpired. I don't think Vic should have been the person that like come help him, but whatever. I'm not, I that's the part that just irked me was Vic. Having Jenard be the last man standing, which we didn't think that could happen, I didn't have a problem with. Is when they added Vic into the equation. I was like, we need Ebony and Ivory to be together now. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
The two brothers that can't do shit for themselves and not going to work together as not believable.
Yeah, that makes no sense because what are they good at?
Right.
What are they good at?
They're always good at someone else telling them what to do. They didn't come up with brainstorm ideas. Like Shanti helped him. Diamond told him what to do. He didn't really know how to do anything by himself.
Yeah. And it was Shanti when he hooked up with Shanti. It was always her telling him what to do.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and now it's like, okay, collectively, what strengths have both of those two got? And it's just like nothing. Everyone's dead. It's like, all right, everyone's dead. This is me and you now. All right, fuck. But yeah, I mean, I think Jenard. I mean, if everyone left him, he should really disappear for a bit, and maybe try and start something new or whatever. But I mean, maybe he, there's an idea. If they were, I mean, I would have probably had him go to New York, and then all of a sudden he builds something up in New York, and then all of a sudden, and as maybe season 2, he resurfaces again after Tommy and Tariq have got their thing going on, and then we can get part 2 of this, which is something that they could have done. But I suppose Vic, for whatever reason, they like Vic, and I'm sure he's a lovely fella, and just keep him on salary.
I'm sure the actor is fine, but I hate
I'm sure he's a lovely fella, but
And no, we're not giving Tommy a pass for being a cokehead, but you have to understand, DeMarcus, it's not being a junkie. Be doing coke. Coke is what a lot of people considered a fun drug. I don't do it because it's not. It doesn't look appealing to me. But weed, and then coke. Like weed is right here, and then coke is up here. But putting a needle in your arm is all the way up here, out of the screen. Like. That is what we are trying to say by calling him Junkie Jenard. And
it's a different type of drug. Like that's a different type of high. Once you start injecting yourself and doing things, there's different levels to this whole like drug thing. Like, okay, yeah, you sniff a booger sugar. Okay, fine. You smoke weed. When you start injecting yourself and you gotta like get high, you start hurting people because you want to get high. That's when you're a junkie.
And then he says Jenard still has Madam Wu. No, he doesn't. He doesn't have a crew to sell the fentanyl. And he said Jenard could tell Madam Wu that D-Max stole Bola for the fentanyl. Why would Madam Wu believe him at this point? He got his brother killed. He has no crew. He has no reason to do business with her. And he already lied to other people. Like, it's going to get around town that he lied to King Kilo and that he killed King Kilo. That's going to get around to town from Grayskull. So he doesn't have anyone.
Mm-hmm.
He just has Vic now. Who does? That was a tidbit that they did say in, I think it was like episode 4 or 5. Vic has Irish connection in New York, so maybe that is how we get Vic and Jenard in New York for Legacy.
Do you remember? Do you remember when his dad brought those bad dudes over from Ireland? Do you remember when he brought the crew over? They were the baddest dudes over there, and they literally got killed, all of them, like the next scene. Might have even been in the same scene we saw them. We were introduced. They just died immediately. Tommy, Tommy killed all of them by himself. There's so much possibilities here, isn't there? We haven't even finished reviewing the episode. Sorry. Go on.
No, we just got two final scenes. We see Tommy and Shanti and Miguel are meeting with the new coalition. They basically tell them that this is the new normal and that everybody's going to be answering to Shanti now, which everybody seemed cool with. So Shanti got what she wanted. She got the position at the top of CBI, the position of power that she was looking for. Tommy has given her that respect, and he even makes reference that, you know, you remind him of somebody, and she's like, well, I'm one of a kind. And he was like, so was Liliana. Well, to be fair, Liliana was a lot more trustworthy and loyal, because Tommy still doesn't know that Shanti was plotting and planning against him this entire time.
Yeah, it's the whole time, yep.
But hey, she stood by his side. She helped him win the war. Jenard was struggling, so she always says she knows a winner when she sees one. So she knew that Tommy was going to be the winner here. So she continues to roll with him. She's given the orders to everybody, and she has survived. She's on top of Chicago by the end of this whole thing. And we see Tariq. He's basically watching everything, and he's like, And you can see like between this scene and the D-Mac scene, you can see the wheels turning for Tariq. So then finally we go to Tommy. He's on the rooftop. He makes a call to Mireya saying that he's won the war and he's gonna come and see her and get her and the baby pretty soon. And then Tariq comes outside and he has a conversation with Uncle Tommy. They talk about the last time that they met and how things did not go as planned. Tariq told him, look, we family and things happen. And then Tommy says, well, Ghost was my family too. And once again, anytime Ghost or fathers are mentioned, Tariq is triggered. So he basically tells them, like, look, Uncle Tommy, like, I ain't come here to drug up the past and to talk about what's happening, talk about no old shit. He was like, I came because you're family and you needed me. So Tommy was like, you know what, Tariq, you're right. So it kind of feels like he's finally deciding to kind of move on. And he said, you know what I'm saying? He basically finally gives Tariq his props, saying that he's come a long way and that he's proud of him, and that what Tariq wanted from Uncle Tommy all along. And Tariq says, you know what? You're doing quite well here in Chicago. You got it on lock. And Tommy tells him, you got things on lock back in New York. How is the city treating you? So Tariq says that he, you know, shit happens. It comes with his issues, and he's ran into some things, and now he needs a new partner. So what the hell happened back in New York? I don't know. That's a great question. What do y'all think happened back in New York, and why Tariq needs a partner? I think they're probably just going to write off to Brayden off camera and say that Brayden got killed or overdosed on drugs.
You think so? You gonna get rid of the
Brayden? Gianni has come out and said that he is not doing Power anymore because it's hurt his Hollywood prospects, because they don't know of him from the Power universe. Like, to us, Gianni is good and he's been great as Brayden, but they just see him as Brayden. They just see him that he's just an extension as Brayden.
You see me? I'd keep that. I'd keep a job personally, because I mean, like, some people. So many people are in that position anyway, but I think once you're a working actor and you have an income coming in, I don't think you should be complaining about anything, especially on that show. No. He's not going to get killed off, is he, at any point?
I don't think I think that'd be a terrible idea, but you know.
Yeah, he's got a job on there pretty much as long as Tariq has got a job, which seems to be until the network, whatever network they're on nowadays, cancels it, and I don't think that's happening. So I would have stuck around personally. You know,
I would have stuck around too, especially like, okay. But look how long Tommy was Tommy, and then he start going into other, like, he played Tommy for a long time, and then you start seeing him on Reasonable Doubt. You start seeing him in other like things. So
he was in Ozarks for a few seasons.
He was in Ozark for a few. You have to like make your name known. Yeah. Then you can start fishing out and doing other projects. But if you're not doing that, then nobody's not gonna know who you are from this first gig.
I just don't want to see him in Tubi movies personally. You know, hopefully he can. You know,
that's very true. But you know,
hopefully he does all right for himself, because I do enjoy him. You know, he could have overdosed. Remember, he was dating that girl. What was her name? That girl. I don't remember her name.
I forget her name. Probably DeMarcus in the chat will tell us. But yeah, she got him into the drugs. Yeah. We still don't know if they ever found the body of the drug dealer that he killed.
So maybe he got arrested. They could do something like
Oh,
that because he killed. They didn't clean up that crime scene at all. They could have left fingerprints and everything.
that I forgot
So
all about.
there's a
that.
lot of loose ends from that GOAT season that they can just follow up and kind of tell us that, oh, this is why he's not here. This is why this person's not here.
Okay, so we know. So that's now that makes sense why Braden was not a part of the rescue pack that came to save them. Okay, because he said he does not want to be. But yeah, I'm like you. I would have kept my damn job, kept my mouth shut.
Yeah. So
he could be trolling like all the actors do from Power.
Yeah,
they all
that's
follow
true.
50's lead. So
yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's also another point.
So we'll see what happened because they did confirm that the timeline this happens basically like weeks after what happened at the end of Ghost. This whole this final episode here. So we still need to get the details on what happened in New York, but Tariq tells Tommy the Tommy that he knows is always getting that money, all about continuing to make it to the top. And he basically tells Tommy he wants him back home and partner up with him and sell his coke there. He says build his kingdom, building legacy, Uncle T. I was like, there it is. There's the line. That's what we needed, the legacy. And then basically he says, what do you think? And then Tommy smiles. And then you hear it's a big rich town. Yeah. And that's the
I was
end.
like, just get the hell out of here with this foolishness. I'm like, come back home and help me build this legacy. Like, you ain't got no fucking legacy. You keep robbing it from everybody else.
So Tommy's dead though, right? In New York. Although to be fair, in Chicago they found out who he was, to be fair. So they would know in New York that he's still alive.
Yeah.
What's interesting now, though, is that obviously Effie and Kane have gone to LA, correct? Is that remind me?
Kane left with the money that Effie gave him, and then Effie was a part of the new organization with Tariq that she was gonna do the Court's Perfect in college. She was going to continue with school and do that.
It's been a while. I should have refreshed myself before I came here. But the good thing about going back to New York is that Councilman Tate is still in New York, and hopefully we get more Councilman Tate. Because I
did not even think of that. I was thinking more of I need a scene with Tommy and Davis McLean.
Or is it Congressman Tate?
I think it is Congressman. I think
Congressman Tate. Davis McLean is still alive. Yes. Yeah. Mate,
he's like the council on payroll. So we need the lawyer.
This is going to be incredible television coming up. This is going to be like,
this is going to be the Power Avengers. If they bring back everybody that they need to, this could be.
What did I say? When Tariq came back, it was like the Avengers. Like he came back and he brought the whole thing with him. And this is how it is. Now you have Davis, you have Tate. Oh my God, I didn't even think about I thought this thing was going to be shitty, but now I have like high hopes for it.
No, I can say, I'm actually excited for this now. I just thought of Councilman Tate.
From Tate and McLean. Of those two people alone, I'm like, oh, we got the slime ball lawyer and the slime ball congressman. This is shoe on TV. Like,
and because you still got AUSA Bill Singh too. You got the AUSA in Chicago. Mm-hmm. You got a congressman in New York. You got the lawyer in New York.
What's the one in New York? The Latino lady. What's her name again? What's her name?
Oh, the cop, Blanca Rodriguez.
Blanca Rodriguez.
She's still a problem too.
She's still about. She was in Force as well for a couple episodes, wasn't she? Early on, she was still there.
I think at the end of season 1, we see a scene with her being like, "Oh, there's something going down in Chicago," and they never followed up on that at all.
Never followed up. I forgot all about that scene. Jesus Christ.
But she's still
That's probably who they found out about Tommy because of something in Chicago. They probably told her. I mean, she probably told them.
Michael Ealy's still alive as well, isn't he? That character.
Yes, he went to jail.
He went to jail, though, but he's still
so they can bring him back. They got the guy that was underneath Michael Ealy that's working with them now.
Yes,
in New York as well. Yes. DeMarcus brings, and maybe he can like give Tommy a new identity that makes him hidden from the cops because they got someone that's working the cops now. We got DeMarcus who says Paz could find out that Tommy is back in New York because now Paz knows that Tommy killed Angela. and then tell Blanca Medina is still alive as well. Now he's higher up in the cops, and Jenny Sullivan, which was Sack's ex, and that Tommy unalived Angela and Tariq eliminated Junior Valdez Young.
Did they know that Tariq did that? Did that ever come out? I don't think it did.
I don't think so.
Oh, that they killed Angela's nephew, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that ever came out.
No, I don't think it ever did. So yeah, there's a lot of people at play if you go back to New York. Even with like I think it was an earlier comment that we had from Dion saying that Vic and Jenard gonna team up with the Italians, because we still, the loose end of all, and that what a lot of people think is gonna be the end of Tommy is Proctor's daughter. Proctor's daughter, who is now like 19. She's 19. The actress is like 19 now. Yeah, Lisa Marie. So maybe she's like has a power position with the Italians, or maybe is working with law and stuff. He says the Legion of Doom coming after they ass. They're gonna have to assemble the Avengers of the Power Universe at the end of Legacy.
Yep.
Do you know what? I'm just thinking, because I love speaking about the Power Universe first, because it gets my booking head going. But could you imagine if at the end of Raising Kanan, like Marvin and Lou went to jail for life or whatever, and then they came out?
I always think about that only because I'm like, how would they do it? How would they like put their gray hair, give Marvin the gray hair and have him like come out of jail?
Marvin come out, mate. That is I'm sorry. That's money right there. I'm telling you, every season I watch Raising Kanan, I am in fear and dread of Marvin getting shot.
Yes.
Yeah, me and SP talk about this all the time. Like, that's one, like, you could get rid of anybody on that show except Marvin.
Yeah. Every year they tease it like he's gonna die, and I'm just like, no. And then you know what the worst thing is? I'm sorry, I'm going in another direction here. They killed off Jukebox in OG Power, and that character on Raising Kanan is so fantastic. She's got so many layers to her. They must regret killing her off, because fucking
yes, you know they're like how, they go in the writer's room like, how could we bring her back? Like, how could she have died but not really?
And the actress that plays her is fantastic as well. I mean, like, if they can, she's tremendous. If they can sort her out to be a bit older and have her come back to life, I mean, ultimately, I don't care if they can just bring her back. I'll accept it. You know, I don't. I'll take it. You know. But anyway, sorry.
To be fair, DeMarcus says, remember that Paz told Don Carter that Tariq eliminated Junior Valdez Young. She did, but they never proved it. So it's just her word. It's just her word. So it's not something that's proven that can be known. And what Blanca's always been upfront about, you need to prove it. Like, you can't just go off. She cheated one time when she got Dre to say that this person murdered somebody, and she learned her lesson from that, and she hasn't been on that shit ever since. So but we come to the end of this review, so we got to give our ratings. We're going to ask Knowledge to give his ratings for the show as well. If you're in the chat, let us know whether you gave this show a thumbs up, this episode, a thumbs up, a thumbs down, thumbs in the middle. Out of 10, what did you give this episode? Your MVP, your LVP, your moment of the episode, and then we'll do overall ratings for season 3 of Force. But just for episode 10, the beginning of the end, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs in the middle in 3, 2, 1. Gonna go thumbs up. I'm gonna go thumbs up, slight thumbs up. I'm gonna go with a 7 out of 10. Krssi?
I thought 6.5 was a little too low, but I'm gonna go 7.
All right.
I'm
gonna go 6 out of 10, and the reason I'm gonna do that is because Vic Flynn is still alive. So
yes. Knowledge, that is so.
An 8, but you know. They fucked me off right there with that cunt still being about. So yeah, he's you know, it's a 6, mate. It's a 6.
That's fair. Who is your MVP for the episode, Knowledge?
Come back to me. Let me think about it. Let me.
Krssi?
I'd have to give it to Junkie Jenard.
Okay. I'm gonna give MVP of the episode to Tommy. Tommy won in the end. He won the war. He got everybody on his side. He's got Chicago on lock.
He just didn't kill Jenard, and he needs to kill Vic. But I think that he would be the winner of this episode, so I'm gonna give him the MVP.
Okay, MVP. All right.
I'm going to say Shanti showstopper because somehow after all her conniving and all of her backstabbing, she came out on top.
True.
She managed to survive.
Good shout, and another good shout from DeMarcus, who gives it
Good
to Bill
shout.
Singh, who also comes out on top at the end of this episode.
That's a fact. That's a whole fact. You're right, and he came out on top like a real G.
Yeah.
Did not see it coming.
LVP for the episode, Krssi.
Vic Flynn, that cornball loser.
I'm gonna go co-LVP for Vic Flynn and Bobby DeFranco.
I'm not going to say Vic Flynn because he's definitely a loser because he's got at least another year of salary. So,
True.
I'll give him that. I'm going to say Ortega because I don't understand his function. I don't understand. He just sucks, man. Like everyone how the hell are you going to go and kill a nurse and you end up getting killed? She killed you, like, and you're supposed to be the best. Everyone he hired failed, spectacularally failed.
Failed badly,
or died, and all of them died basically because he had CBI as well, and they died. So.
He accidentally stabbed another kid. It's like imagine getting Keenan and Kel and saying, "Hey guys, can you go and get these murders done for me, mate? You got this job, mate." You know, and it's terrible. So yeah, he's a fucking loser.
And what was your moment of the episode, Krssi?
When Bill Sang killed Bobby. Bobby, yes.
Yeah, that's mine as well. That's my moment of the episode. Didn't not at all. That was probably the most unpredictable moment of the entire episode here. All right, now for the entire season of Power Book 4 Force, I'm going thumbs up for sure for the entire season. This was a great season, so thumbs up across the board. Out of 10, I'm giving the season a 9 out of 10. This is one of the best seasons they've done of Power since the OG Power for me personally. I loved Raising Kanan season. That's the reason why I'll say one of and won't say definitively this is the best season they've done since OG Power, but this is one of the best seasons, right up there with the best seasons of Raising Kanan. Knowledge, what do you give it?
I'm going to give for the season. I'll give it a thumbs up, and I'll give it a 9 as well. I think, I mean, the whole of season 4. I mean, I enjoyed it from the start, but it really picked up during the middle, and the last few episodes were tremendous. That episode 9, that was a hell of a bit of television. That was like everything from the church. It was just really, really good. And I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, I think Jenard. The fact that he's still alive is surprising anyway, because there's no way I would have thought they would have made it out of this season. But, you know, everything I thought that they'd done this season, I thought was really good. Except the fact that Vic Flynn is still alive. That's the only thing I can say. All right, I don't know about that. But, yeah, overall, I got to give this season a 9. I'm not saying it's the best season of Power I've ever seen. It's one of them, though. Yeah, one of them. I've got a thing about Raising Kanan. I think that's season 1 of Raising Kanan, I think, and season 2 for that matter. Those are my two favorites. But I really enjoyed it.
I think the first 3 seasons of Raising Kanan was like that and this season are like the 4 best seasons they've done since OG Power.
Yeah.
Those are
Agreed.
Krssi, what do you give the season?
I'm going to give it a 9 because the season has been consistent from 1 through 9. Like especially like 7, 8, and 9 being like one of the like 3 best episodes. I think, like you can't not discredit it and not give it like the justice of giving it a high score. We just had 10, 10 being 10, but I think overall the season needs to get a 9.
All right, Krssi, we'll go to you again. MVP for the entire season.
Tommy.
I'm going with Junkie Jenard. This is one of the greatest performances, one of the greatest villains in Power history. I gotta give it to Junkie Jenard.
Okay.
Knowledge.
Egan.
Oh, I like that.
That was a twist.
That's a good one.
Egan, man. Egan. I tell you what, that lady has been through hell and back. and she just found out she's met her son. He died, and she's still about. And yeah, she's got to be my MVP for the season because, for one, I think she's awesome anyway. But the fact that she's still alive as well, she's still alive. And also, by the way, that scene in episode 9 when she describes who attacked her to Tommy. He's black and he's a junkie, and he's like, "That's Jenard."
He's bald, he's black, and he's a junkie.
He was high.
I know when I know what the traits are.
Jenard. But yeah, I'll go Kate Egan, and she's going to be in New York as well. So, and she's going to be a grandmother.
We don't get rid of her yet. She still gets to hang around. We get to still see Mama Kate.
Yeah,
she get to see her grandchild in some
She's
way.
got two.
So that's a good shot. Yep. LVP for the season. I gotta give it to the worst power couple in power history: Stacey Marks and Bobby DeFranco.
Oh, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all in agreement there.
Yeah.
Even though I hated Vic, I would say they are worse.
Right. They're worse than Vic. Yeah, they're worse than Vic. Yeah, because Vic is still alive, so obviously he's doing something.
He did something right, even though he was a bitch and a snitch for most of the season. Yep. At least he's still alive.
I never understood Stacey Marks' character because I thought she was just tremendously unlikable. I was like, I don't want you to succeed in any way. I don't understand what's going on here. Like, yes, this is a terrible character. Like, when he shot her, I'd have fucking shot him. I said, "Give me the gun, I'll shoot her again." Holy shit.
And what was the moment of the season? I am going to go with it's close for me. If Diamond getting shot is up there. Junkie Jenard hitting the stripper, clapping the cheeks of the stripper. She jumped in from behind. I'm sorry. That's one of the funniest things in power history. This bitch just jumped me from behind. Oh my God. I laughed so much. I've rewatched that scene so many times, but I gotta go with Tommy killing Claudia. That was like my favorite scene. It felt so satisfying to see the end of that arc and the way it went down, him saying that I respect you and everything. That felt like something that we've been building to for 3 seasons. So that's my moment of the season. Krssi.
I think when Junkie Jenard killed Tommy's brother and King Kilo and Homeboy. That's
the best ending of the season.
That's one of the best ending of the episode. Yeah, that and that just threw you like, he really just did. The smartest, dumbest thing he could do in an episode was that.
Yeah. Knowledge. What about you?
Okay, I'm gonna say that Diamond jumping in front of that bullet for Jenard. I never saw that coming. So that got me, because when that happened, I popped. I was like, what? I expected Jenard to die that episode. It's so great watching things about spoilers. I try and avoid any spoilers when it comes to power. I mean, I remember being on this show, and the episode where Monet got killed. I remember someone in my group chat was like, "Monet's dead," and I was like, "Oh, you motherfuckers!" It's like, you ruined that kind of shit. Imagine if I watched that and I never knew it was coming. Oh my goodness! But yeah, when Diamond got killed, I was so surprised by that. That's got to be my moment of the season. Jenard's reaction to it as well. He was fantastic.
That was great acting. Great acting by Chris Lofton. So that is what we thought about season 3 of Power Book 4 Force. I want to thank you all if you're joining us live. Thank you all if you're watching us on demand. I appreciate y'all following along for the entire season 3 of Force. And like we said at the top of the episode, we'll be back again for Raising Kanan season 5, the final season of that series as well. And we got to thank our special guest, Knowledge, for joining us. You joined us, I think, for Power Book 4 Force. Power Book 2 Ghost. You joined us for that season for a review. I appreciate you for joining us yet again. Let the people know if they can follow you on social media or when they might see you again.
I don't know when you'll see me again. I don't do a lot of podcasts anymore. I used to do a lot of wrestling podcasts, guys, but I don't want to talk about wrestling anymore. It makes me sick.
I'm with you on that one, Knowledge. I ain't even gonna lie.
Unless you want to talk about Mid-South or world class where I can talk about the Von Erichs all day. I'm not interested in doing those, but you know, if you want to catch me, you can find me on Twitter at Graps Knowledge. You can find me there. But I'm looking forward to the Raising Kanan final season, and also I'm really curious about this Paid in Full TV show, guys. Like,
ooh, yes,
big time.
Great.
I love that story. That's one of my favorite stories. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what goes on there. So when they do that show, you got to get me involved in that one.
Okay.
Bet. I'll hold you to that for sure. For sure. Krssi,
and also the Snowfall spin-off as well, guys.
Oh, they're doing a Snowfall?
Yeah, they're supposed to be doing one with remember when they go to Africa or something like that. So yeah, it's with those two.
Yeah, it's they're taping it right now. It's in production right now. So
great.
All right, I'm gonna go because my doorbell is going and my dogs are going starting.
No worries,
me, guys.
Thanks for showing, man. I appreciate you. Krssi Love, let the people know where they can follow you, good sir, good sis.
You can follow me, Krssi Love _1. True Hill Krssi Love is just my plain name. I will see you again back here on Saturday for our flagship show.
Yes, join us on Saturday on the True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel at 10:05 a.m. Eastern Time. The True Hill Heat flagship podcast. Krssi Love will be back. I believe we're going to have some special guests, but I'll let y'all know later in the week. I'll be live tomorrow on the True Hill Heat Wrestling YouTube channel, 1:05 p.m. Eastern Time with Rated Raw Review, reviewing tonight's Monday Night Raw. I'll be back on this channel for True Hill Heat Check next week, where me and Krssi will be talking about the latest in NBA basketball. But check out our shorts where we're talking about our best teams of all time and best players of all time. That's up on the channel right now. And check out all the great content that we did for Power Book 4 Force. Check out our last review for episode 9, War Requiem. Check out our Stranger Things reviews for season 5 for volume 1 and 2, as well as the final episode for volume 3. Like I said before, check out True Hill Heat Check, where we did our top 10 greatest players in NBA history. We had our review talking about the Trae Young trade, and check out our latest episode where we did the top 10 best teams of all time. And of course, check out True Picks, where we do predictions for all of NFL football. We did the divisional round that's up on the channel right now, and coming up, I believe on Wednesday, we'll have or Tuesday evening, we got the latest episode where they're doing predictions for the Final Four in the NFL playoffs. So stay tuned for that with Stat King and Chase. For Krssi Love, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our Power Book 4 Force Season 3, Episode 10, Beginning of the End, the series finale review. And thank you so much for joining us for the entire season of Power Book 4 Force Season 3. We are signing off until next time.
Later.